we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion is Ward.
Throwing now is Murray. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Murray. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. 23 yards on the play. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Down the right sideline. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Now this time Murray to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
In motion is Ward.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The kick by Elliott is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they're going to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it with Chandler. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now 3rd down and 7.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And that little deep, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They run it with Ward.
There he goes left side. He's on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was at the forefront on that one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
First down, Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
In motion is Ward.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Ready, set.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A final shot before half for Murray. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Chandler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Viking 18.
looking to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Let's go now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Bronco 80. 7
Rager, the man in motion. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Third and 2, and here's Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Murray looking to change the play here. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Murray now on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. That one good for 24 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Well, things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with trying to pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Play fake. Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Let's go.
Swift. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And quickly they get to the line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 2nd and 1.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pass complete to Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw again.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Baron Browning
gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They're going to look to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That pass taken in by Addison. And he is going to pick up the Vikings 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change?
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Well, there you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass in the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd down and 1.
Murray going to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 57 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay, because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. 3rd and 4. A pitch out to Swift here. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Arizona, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 3 and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Set.
They'll start on the ground with Strong. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Strong one more time. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Off of play action, it's Watson. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burgess. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in.